Good morning, folks. It is Sunday morning, the 24th of November, and it's coming up on 10:25 in the morning. Now I want to cover a couple of things this morning. I'm going to show you firstly the weather here. Let's have a look at this. This side, look at that. It's kind of clear blue sky, maybe a bit wispy or hazy cloud high up, but fairly clear, lovely morning out over the sea, over to the east and the southeast of Torrevieja. And what's this? Over here, not quite so great. And these clouds have been just hanging here for the last 3 hours, 4 hours, since kind of 6 this morning. There's kind of these heavy dark grey rain clouds just hanging there. Fortunately, they're not overhead here. Here's overhead. We've got clear skies now. So we're in sunshine, but look at what we're looking at. Now the wind is in my face, so that could easily be coming this way, which leads me kind of, let's put the camera back on and not be in silhouette, which leads me to the next topic I want to cover. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and he was how would I say, he was maybe a little perturbed. He hadn't understood the full extent of the damage that my tent suffered, what was it now, about 3 weeks ago in the big storm. So let's see if we can cover that. Let's see if we can have a look and see what's what. Let me show you. Need to take a step back maybe so that you can see the tent as a whole. And obviously there's a Tina girl. Oh, there she is. Here's the tent. Okay, as you can see, you don't actually see much in the way of the original tent. You're looking at tarpaulins and even tripping over things, the fabric from Toldos, awnings, the waterproof fabric from awnings, because the tarp didn't reach close enough to the ground. Let me try and see whether I can show you the extent of some of the damage that the tent took. So through here, I think I can show you. Now this all happened more or less one night. This entire wall here ripped and disappeared in the big storm in the first night. The entire wall here went. This door's been broken a little while. You know that the roof is in 4 sections, and 3 of them entirely blew away a few weeks before that, leaving just the roof here. And I don't know if I can get under, and this roof is now sagging and leaking, and well, the black is the bedroom, it's the internal. I can't really make that happen. The dark is the internal, that's the bedroom. It's not really waterproof at all. The other stuff is the original roof, and it's broken and receding and breaking off. This part through here got one big rip just about a week ago, maybe a little bit more, 10 days ago. We had bad weather and it just ripped horizontally all the way across, and everything below the rip sagged. All of the here, look, all of the tent and the bottom sagged, and what happened was the awning, sorry, the tarpaulin was bringing water down to here, and then it was going inside the tent. So we've had to put this other waterproof material underneath, so when it runs off it actually makes it to the ground, not just into the tent. This far corner was entirely gone. We've had to cover that. Just a little bit further around, and the window here, we lost, look, Not just did the window break, the plastic window, but this is the seam. The seam from above is entirely broken, and we've lost like structural integrity of the tent, like even the framework. Here we've got a huge rip all the way down to this day, and we hope that the water will run down and off and not fall in. I need to prune these bushes a bit, but let me go. I'll have to go back around the other way to show you that. Bearing in mind again, all the roof is entirely gone. Let's go around. Back to me just for a second while we walk around. Almost the only section of the tent that hasn't been like majorly damaged, other than losing the roof, is this part to the left of the doorway. This is all pretty much intact, surprisingly, because the sun rises here and comes around here. This is in the sun like 90% of the day. That survived. A few little holes on the side here, and a bit of a rip along the bottom in there that Tina caused by trying to sit on the edge of the tent. But this end, where you would expect the south facing end of the actual tent, you would have thought would have had the most damage because ultraviolet, and it did become very brittle, very frangible. But now this corner here, two lots of total damage. There's a big split here. You're looking, the black is the internal bedroom, not waterproof at all. Big split here, big split here. Lots of water got in during the big storm, and we're back around. We've come all around. These clamps have been fantastic, although I did lose somewhere between a third and a half of them in the big storm. The storm that killed a couple of hundred people in Valencia, in the Valencia community. We had one night that was really bad, and I was out every night re-securing these, and if the wind blew hard and pulled really taut, these would ping off and fly 3, 4, 5 meters, which is why I've lost so many, and I still to this day haven't found them. Have a look at her ladyship. Can you see her in the distance there? Look at her. She wants a tummy tickle. She's having a roll in the grass. Tina girl, hey babe, come on. Yes, that's my Tina girl. But like I said, my friend that I was talking with yesterday hadn't quite understood like the full extent of damage that we've taken in the there's only really been 2 storms. We had the one that took the roof away. As soon as it cracked open, everything flared and blew and ripped and tore, and I was picking up pieces of tent fabric for days. And then a couple of weeks later, after we'd replaced the roof with a tarp, and the big storm came, and I had a real battle that night. I was awake literally all night, in and out, patching and repairing. And as you've seen, we've got, you know, as I showed, there's whole sides of the tent that are just gone. And what's really bizarre is that this side, the north side, where the sun don't shine, or hardly shines. I mean, it gets around to the west, and it does catch this side of the tent just before sundown. Well, it's just as damaged or more damaged than the southerly facing end, which has had the full brunt of the sun all summer. Strange, eh? I don't really understand it. I thought ultraviolet was the main concern, but it seems that just stresses from the wind and just general wear and tear, I guess. the other day we had rain just here, and this section had become a bit looser in some wind and had a depression, and the water settled in the depression, and then it found a hole in the further in the top where I can't quite reach because I'm a short ass. It found a hole and was running, it all pooled and was all just running through in one spot, and that's where I then had a drip coming through just off to the side of my bed, not actually on my bed, but not far off. This end is where I lay my head at night, me and the doggy. So this is us. And that's her. Hey babe. So yeah, I just wanted to well, I wanted to show you this cloud over here really, because we've had this now for about 3 or 4 days where we've got glorious weather to the south and the east where the sun is, east and south, and thunderous and rainy looking clouds off to the north. But as I think we've mentioned in the past, 330 days of the year, you know, 90% plus, we have lovely sunny days, and occasionally grey rainy days. But that's not today. It's not a grey rainy day here. Maybe 20 miles that away they've got problems, or potentially got problems, but not us. Okay folks, join me 5 o'clock this afternoon, assuming the weather doesn't change. We're going to do a TrampCast for the first time in a few weeks. We're going to cover this week's events or lack of events, and then throughout the next week I'm going to backfill with previous weeks, starting with the big storm and moving forward to catch up. Let's try that. And then I think through December I'm going to try and do either a video or a live stream each day, one or the other, every day up to Christmas. Maybe not including Christmas, but maybe, who knows. Let's see how that goes. Okay folks, let's do this if we can. Tina? Hey babe, Tina. From Tina. And from me, Delta Mike. Out.